So I received this comment, somebody installed the GUI on Ubuntu server, but they're unable to install any app. So why not just make a video and show you guys all how to do that. Hello and welcome back to my channel. So as per the video title, we are going to install GUI on Ubuntu server, and then we are going to install some apps just to show you how that thing works. Because in my previous videos, I just showed you guys how to install GUI on Ubuntu server. So I'm just going to create a virtual machine and I'm going to name it Ubuntu 24, and then I'm going to use the ISO image, which is Ubuntu 2404. And so I'm going to create a virtual machine and then I'm going to install the operating system, and I'm just pausing the video recording because you guys already know how to install Ubuntu server. If not, then I will mark a link on the I button so you can just click on that and I explain everything in that video. All right, so the VM is created and let me show you the hardware stuff, what I have added. So it has 16 cores, 40 GB memory, and then 100 GB of this disk space. Yeah, it's 100 GB. Let's power this machine on and start the installation process. So I'll just fast forward everything, English, and update to the new installer. And the keyboard will be English as well, and Ubuntu server, that's correct. And the network, so I'm just leaving it on DHCP and using the default mirrors for that and using the entire disk. And I'm just gonna hit on done. And here you can see it somehow creates the half of the space. I don't know why, I haven't searched it yet, but what I do is I just look at the size, the maximum size, and then assign it here so I can use all of the space. So now you can see it's using 97 gigs, which is actually 100 gigs. And then I'm going to provide my name, server name. Let's see, Ubuntu 24, and a username and password. The password again. Skip for now. And yes, I do want to install OpenSSH and then continue, install nothing. All right, so now it's installing. It's going to take a while. All right, Ubuntu server is installed. So I'm just going to reboot it, and then we will install the GUI on the top of Ubuntu server. All right, so we have the fresh Ubuntu 24 server installed. And as you can see, it's just the terminal. First, I'm going to update it, and then we will do the upgrade. And then after that, we will install the graphical user interface. And for this one specifically, I'm going to use the Plasma, which is the one I really like working on. It's easy and it has the app manager, but you guys can install the Genome as well. All right, so the system is updated and upgraded. Now I'm going to install the graphical user interface on Ubuntu server. So I'm going to use the full version with all the graphical user interface with all the features. So I'm just going to type the simple command, not the limited interface. So it's going to be sudo apt install, and it's going to be kubuntu, which is Kubuntu for KDE Plasma, and that's it. That's the command, and it's gonna require almost 3 to 4 GB. You guys make sure you have the disk space available. Here you can see it's asking for 3.5 gig. So I'm gonna just continue it, and it will take a while, like let's say 30 to 40 minutes. So I'm just going to pause the video recording, and after the Plasma is installed, I will show you how you can install the apps on the top of the Ubuntu server desktop environment. So as I showed you the comment from one of my viewer, he was not able to install any app. So I'll show you step by step how you can do that as well. All right, so it took almost 25 minutes and the GUI is installed. So I'm just going to reboot this machine and let's see how it loads after that. It should be able to load into Kubuntu Desktop environment, which is KDE Plasma. And if you're using it for the first time, I will recommend you to use the KDE environment because it's easy and it's like very simple to understand. All right, so now you can see I have desktop environment on Ubuntu server and let's log in. Okay, so this is the welcome page if you want to read and go through what you have here or whatnot. So first thing I'll check, it says no network connection available. So I'm gonna go into console if we have network on command line just to see. So you can see we have network here, but if I try downloading anything, I'm sure I will probably get an error because the graphical network is not there. So you can see it says cannot refresh. And if I just go to a VLC and try to install it, let's see if it goes through. It says no network connection is available. So first of all, we are going to add a network connection for graphical user interface. And here you can see we have no connection. So I'm going to go ahead and click on plus sign and I'll choose wired connection because it has the wired one. But if you are like testing it on your laptop or somewhere with the Wi-Fi connection, you can choose Wi-Fi. So I'm just going to click on wired Ethernet and then I'm just going to save it. And you can restart the network manager services, but I prefer doing the restart. So I'm just going to restart it. All right. So the system is restarted and we should be able to see the network connection here. So now you can see it's showing the network connection and it says connected. So I'm going to go again in the application installer and let's just randomly click on something like VLC again and click on install. Now you can see it didn't give me any error, but it's installing. You can see task 0% and it's going to install. So let's just give it a few seconds and see. Now you can see it's installed and it's asking for the password to install a new application. Once it's installed, I'll show you that in the menu as well. Like if you type here, let's say VLC, it should show up here. Right now it's showing get VLC. So once the task is completed, it says almost 20%. Meanwhile, I'm going to go into internet browser and I'm going to download Opera and Google Chrome. And I'll show you how you can install the Deb application as well. So Google Chrome download and the next thing, Opera download. I click on download and download Chrome. It's going to ask you for Debian Ubuntu, yes, and then accept and install. So we don't have all the packages available on this desktop environment. So there are few things you will still need command line for that. But most of the stuff, like if you need to like do some disk management, you can just simply download this gparted and like let's say management of users and stuff. You can do it from the graphical user interface, and that's like pretty much easy stuff. And you can assign groups and all that stuff in the user management. Okay, so we have downloaded the Google Chrome, and if I just click on this one, probably it's not going to show me the installer because we don't have the QApt installer, or there are others as well. But rather than installing new one, I prefer using the command line because it's just two commands. So first of all, I go to home directory and then downloads, and let's see if we have that. And then it's really simple. Sudo dpkg space I, and then the package name. And then you're going to enter the password because we were running the command as sudo. And once it's unpackaged, then we're going to install simply with the apt install command. It's that simple. So now again, sudo apt install. Normally what we do, we type the complete command, let's say Google Chrome or anything else like SSH. But for this one, since it's a package, I'm going to type dot slash, and then I'll type the name of the file, and then we'll start this. And I'm going to go back to the package manager and see if it's installed. So let's go to, now you can see we have VLC Media Player, and you can see it's open. So you can play any kind of videos on your server as well. So I'm just going to close this one. There are like thousands of applications you can like search and download from internet, graphic games and stuff like that. But for the applications what you download from the browser, like .deb file, you just need to depackage them, and then after depacking them, you can simply install those. Okay, so now you can see it says Google Chrome is installed. Let's check. You can see Google Chrome browser is installed, and that's how you do the stuff. I hope you like this video and you learned something new. If you still have any question, you're like really appreciated if you comment on my videos, and I really like responding back with my videos. Thank you so much again. I will see you in the next video.